Okay, so I forgot to tell you also, the sessions will be recorded. All the sessions will be recorded. I won't forget to record next time. Okay, the sessions will be recorded, and a link to the recording will be sent to you at the end of this day, and it will be open for about a year. So every time that you want to remember something, you can open the link and see the recording, see the video of the session, of the lesson. Okay, so now I'm in Simple Functions 1, and yes, it's recording. And here I have a small table, the departments that I have in my company, the sales in 2019 and the sales in 2020. And the first thing that I want to do is to calculate the difference between the sales in 2020 and the sales in 2019. So I want to create subtraction formula. So in order to make formulas in Excel or in Google Sheets, it's really the same. I will put my cursor, my mouse, where I want the result to be. I want the result to be in this cell. Every cell have a name. This cell is called D6 because it's in column D, row number 6. So I'm standing in D6 and I'm starting my calculation. Every calculation starts with an equal sign. So I'll press equals. Then I will never tell him how much is 5,200 minus 4,000. No, in Excel and in Google Sheets, we show him the address. We use the address to calculate. So I want to write here C6, but instead of writing, I will show him. So after the equals, I'm pressing one click on C6. So he sees he knows that I want to refer to C6 minus, I'm writing with my keyboard, minus, click on B6. This is my formula, C6 minus B6, and then enter to finish my calculation. And here in my cell in D6, I see the result. What's written here is not 700. This is the result of a calculation. So if I want to see the truth, what really is written in D6, I can look at the formula bar. The formula bar will always show me the truth, what's really written here. If I will stand on C6, I see it's just a value. B6 is just a value, but D6, it's a result of a formula. What I mean is, whenever these cells will change, also my result would change. Let's say the sales in 2020, in 2019 were not 4,500, but 10,000. I'm writing 10,000, enter. So immediately the difference is minus 4,800 because 5,000 minus 10,000 is minus 4,000. Okay, so the Excel will always calculate. The formula doesn't have a cache memory. The minute the cell that influenced it is changing, the result is also changes. So I'll just do make undo, Control Z, to bring back my previous result. So this is the result. I'll do it again. I'm standing where I want the answer to be, equals. I'll show him C7, because before it was C6, now it's C7 minus B7. Enter. Here it is, the result. And of course, I don't have to do it one by one. It's enough to do only one calculation, and I want this calculation to be copied down. So I can stand on the first one or on the second one, go to the right bottom corner. When I'm standing on the right bottom corner of a cell, my mouse turns into a small black cross. And now I can copy it down, drag it down. I'm pushing and dragging down. And here I see all the result. The formula copied itself and changed itself. So here I had the formula about row number 7, C7 minus B7. When I copied it down, he looked at C8 because from row 7 I went to 8. So also from here, C7 went to C8, B7 went to B8. So this is in minus, okay? 4,000 is less than 5,000. And this is looking at row number 9, and this is looking at row number 10. All the formulas in Excel are relative formulas. They are changing to the direction that I took it to. Okay, so because I copied it down, also here they went down to the next cells and also here. Questions. This is very easy, very simple, very basic Excel. Okay, no questions. Okay, I'm continuing. So if I want to calculate I want to sum this column. I'm standing again where I want the result to be. I can start with the equal sign, but I don't need to do that. I have in my ribbon, I'm standing where I want the result to be, and in my Home tab ribbon, in the group called Editing, I have this icon, the AutoSum icon, the Sigma icon. I can open it, and here I see 5 statistical popular functions: the sum, the average, the count, the max, and the mean. So let's use them. I want to have totals of 2019. So I'm standing where I want the result to be. I will open the AutoSum and I will choose the sum function. One click. So immediately the Excel by himself created the equals. I didn't write equals. He did it by himself. He writes sum because I chose the sum function. And this is a question. He asked me, do you want to sum up the range of the cells from B6 until B11? Well, actually, I want to sum up until B10, so I can change it. I can take my cursor. It really doesn't matter because in B11 there's nothing, but let's say I want to change it. I'll take my cursor and I will, with the white cross, and I'm selecting from the middle of the cell the cells that I want to calculate, the cells that I want to sum up from B6 until B10. This is B6 colon B10. It means until. This is a range. And I'll press enter. And that's good. This is my function. And now, as I copied a function down, I can copy a function to the right. This function is looking at column B6 until B10. Now I can go to the right bottom corner, push and copy to column C. So this is the totals, the sum of C6 until C10. And I'm continuing. This is the sum of the difference. Again, another function, average. I want to know the average of these numbers, the average of these sales. I'm standing where I want the result to be. I'll go to the auto sum, I'll open it, and I will choose average. One click on the average, and the Excel doesn't know what to do. He looks up, okay, the logarithm inside, tell him, look for numbers that are close to you. So he looked up and he saw only this number because here there's a gap. So he's not right. I don't want the average of this number. So I'm taking my cursor and I'm showing him the range that I want him to make the average on. From B6 until B10. Enter. This is the average, and I can copy it to the right. This is the average of 2019, column B. This is the average of column C. Now the max. I want to know what is the largest number, the highest number or value in these cells. I'm standing where I want the result to be. I'll go to this AutoSum again. I'm choosing max. Again, he doesn't know what to look at. So I'm helping him. I'm taking my mouse and I'm showing him these 5 cells. From B6 until B10, enter. And I can copy it to the right. This is the highest value. And again, in the maximum, the minimum, I want the minimum. The min function, I want the minimum value. I'm standing, I'm opening, choosing min, and I'm selecting the cells. Enter. Just let me know if you're okay, if you're working with me and you are able to do these functions.
Yeah, all good for me so far. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah,
Great.
all good.
Great. I'm happy. So this was the first example. Now I'm going down, scrolling down to the next table. The second table starts in this worksheet, in the same worksheet, starts from A22. Here we'll speak about an advanced topic. So first of all, before I want to, the first table was already designed, I formatted before, but the second one, it's not formatted at all. I want to make borders to my table. I want to highlight my headers. So I want to select the entire table of stationery that I bought, the amount that I bought. Let's say I bought 43 notebooks. The price that the price of the notebook, each notebook in euros called cost 12 euros. Um, and I want to format also these areas. So in order to format a table, I can select it with my cursor like this, to the right and to the bottom. But an easier way is to do, I'm just writing it here, Control A. Control A is the keyboard, in the keyboard, of course, will select the entire table. So but I have to stand inside my table. It doesn't matter where. I can stand on a header, I can stand on a cell, just a number. I'm standing here and I'm pressing Control A. Control A automatically will select um, my table, my continuance table. He didn't select this area because this area is not, it doesn't touch the table. Okay, he only the control A only selects the continuance table. So I'm standing inside my table, control A, and the entire table is selected. If I will stand outside of my table and I'll press Control A, he will select the entire worksheet. I don't want to do that. So I'll go back to my table, one click on my table, Control A to select it. And then I want to make borders, so I'll go to the Home tab, to the group called Font, and in this group of icons, I have an icon of borders. So I'll open the icon of the borders and I will choose all borders. Okay. And now I want to highlight my header. So I'm selecting my header with my white cross icon cursor, and I can open the bucket Home tab, the group font. There is a bucket here. I can open the bucket and I can choose, let's say, a dark color, let's say dark blue, with now when I chose dark blue, there is no contrast. I don't see the font so well. So I can again select my header, open the icon of the font color, the A icon, and I'll choose white. So dark blue background and white font. This is my second table. And now I want to calculate. I want to calculate the totals in euro. Okay, so in order to calculate the totals in euro, I need to multiply the amount with the price, because each notebook costs 12 euros. 43 notebooks will cost 500 something. So I'm standing where I want the result to be, equals, okay, it's a simple function, equals. I'm showing him it doesn't matter which cell will be the first. So I'll show him the amount. Please look at B23, multiply it. The symbol of multiplication is asterisk, it's a star, okay? Multiply it with C23. B23 multiply by C23. Enter. So this is the result. This is the money I paid in euros for 43 notebooks. And now I can copy it down. I'll go to the bottom right corner, and instead of just dragging, I can do double click. I'm standing here, I get a black small cursor, and I can double click, click, and the double click will autofill my column. Questions? Okay. Now I want to speak about an advanced topic.
I'm sorry, I want to say something. First
Yes,
of all,
please.
it's very early. If we weren't muted, I would be saying "whoa" every time you do something, because I've always been terrified of Excel, and it's like suddenly with just these 2 points, I feel like I'm ready to conquer everything. So thanks.
Thank you. Thank you
Go
for saying that.
Addo!
Yofi, I'm great because when you're silent, when you're quiet, I cannot feel you. But so I didn't know really if the pace is okay. Maybe I should speak more faster or so. So I guess
Perfect.
the
It's
pace is good.
perfect, at least for me. I don't know what others would say.
Thank you, thank you.
Totally agree. We need it at this pace exactly. It's perfect.
Great, great. I'm happy. Good. More comments like this are welcome. I mean, you can say everything, and I really appreciate it because when we are not in a classroom, when it's virtual, and sometimes I don't see your faces, so it's hard for me to guess. But when you speak, it's really nice. So thank you for that, and I'm continuing. So now I want to create another formula, but this formula is a different formula because until now we always used the cells in a table. Okay, so let's say if I'll go up, all the formulas that I've created, let's say the difference were related to this table. But now, when I want to calculate these sums, these totals are in euro, and now I want to convert them to US dollars. So the exchange rate between the euro and the dollar is 1.6. $1.6 is 1 euro. I looked it up in the internet before the lesson. So I want to convert these numbers to the euro to US dollars. So I need to multiply. I need to multiply this number 516 with this US dollar rate. But the problem is that this cell is outside my table. It's not a part of my table. So there will be a problem, but we will, of course, fix the problem. So let's see how we are doing it. So I'm standing where I want the result to be. This is a multiplication formula, and I'm starting with the equal sign, of course, equals. Now I'll take the cell inside my table, this cell of the total in euro, D23, and multiply it. I want to multiply it with this cell, the rate of the dollar against the euro, 1.6. This cell is G21. So D23 inside my table multiply by G21. It looks okay, so I'll press enter. So I have a result. This is the result. 516 euros is $825. That's good. But the problem will be if I will copy it down. I'm dragging it down, and I get zeros. So why? Why did I get a zero? It's a rhetorical question. I will answer it. I got zero because all the formulas in Excel are relative formulas. I mean, they change to the direction that I'm copying it to. So here, you don't have now to work with me. Just listen because I want you to understand. Here in this cell, the first cell, D23 multiplied by G21, I'll press double click. I took a cell from the table and a cell outside my table. So that was good. Enter. Now the zero, I copy down, and now I press double click on the zero, and the zero this cell E24, he went down to D24. That's excellent. I want to calculate this cell, but also he went in the cell outside my table, he also went down. So instead of D23, he went to D24. That's excellent. But from G21, he went down to G22, and that's not good. And then 216 multiplied by 0, it's 0. Let's see it more clearly. If I'm standing on a cell with a formula, this cell have a formula, and I want to see the cells that influence this formula, I can do it only in Excel. I'm standing inside my cell with the formula. I'll go to the formula tab, formula tab up there in the ribbon, and in the group called formula auditing, I'll choose this icon, trace precedence. One click on it. This command makes arrows, and the arrows shows me that this function uses the cell to the left of it and these cells to the right. So this is a good answer, but why did I get 0? I'm standing on the 0, and again, formula trace precedence. I see that this 0 is because I use this cell. That's excellent, but I use this empty cell because I copied down. So the formula looked down on the cells here. This 0 is because this cell looks for the US dollar rate here. So that's happened because all the cells in the all the formulas in the Excel are relative, and that's not good for me now. I need to lock. I need to make a cell. I need to lock a cell. This cell, the outsider cell, I need to lock it inside my formula. So when I will copy the formula down, it will stick to this cell, and the formula will not look for values here. So let's do it. This was the explanation. I'll just tell him remove arrows. Okay, I will delete this. And now I'll show you what actually needs to be done, what really needs to be done. So I'm standing where I want the result to be, like before, equals. First of all, I just need to say we will do it many times, this example, with other worksheets. So don't worry if you didn't get it immediately, the logic sense under it. So just we need to practice and practice, and it will come. Okay. So I'm creating a good formula now. So equals, like before, go to this cell. This cell is inside my table, so it should be this cell with nothing else. Multiply it, the sign of multiplication, multiply it with this cell. Now, this cell is an outsider cell. This cell needs to be locked. I need to fix it in my formula. So when I chose it, and when I see these dancing ants around it, around this cell, I tell the Excel, please lock I tell the Excel, please lock the cell. The locking keyboard, the locking key, it's a key. The locking key is F4 in my keyboard. Okay, so if you have a big computer with a big keyboard, you just have to click on the F4 key. But if you have a laptop, you need to use the function also. So function F4. When I press function F4 in my laptop, the function F4 creates $sign in this address, $G, $21. The dollar is not US dollars, okay? It's the symbol of locking. So it means D23 multiplied by G21, and G21 will remain G21 even though I will copy it down. So I pressed
Sorry,
F4.
Edith.
Yes.
Mine isn't doing that.
Okay, do
I
you have
tried on the laptop and on the keyboard.
a function F4? Did you use function F4?
Yeah, so when I did FN and then F4, it just mutes my
No,
microphone.
not then. Together, function F4.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you share your screen with us? I mean, is it possible to share your screen? It was Talia, נכון? Right? Who asked?
Taylor.
Okay. So can you share your screen with us?
I don't see her.
Do you see share screen, green button, share screen?
No, I think something happened to her computer because she disappeared almost.
Yeah, she I cannot see her, and
Yeah, it's now a black screen.
yeah. Okay, so let me explain it again. Okay, I just want you to see before I'm explaining again. When I'm standing on the formula, I can see it up in the formula bar, and I see G21 with $2. $21. Again, the dollar is just a symbol. It doesn't mean US dollar. Okay, just a symbol. And now if I'll copy it down, I'll get results. Good results, no zeros. Now I will erase it and I'll do it again.
Taylor said that her laptop turned off and she's coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
wanted to update.
I'll explain it again, and if anybody else have problems, please let me know, because this is very important. This is the basic of Excel, and we will use this F4 key more and more. So again, I'm standing where I want the result to be. I'll press equals, go to the totals in euro, and multiply it with this outside cell. Now, when I see these dancing ants around the cell, I'll press F4. And if the F4 doesn't create dollars, I'll press function F4. And if you have maybe she had a MacBook, because with MacBooks usually we need to press Command F4. Or also, if the F4 doesn't work, we can create $G $21. Okay, so if everybody is good, I'll press enter, and now I can copy it down. Just let me know that you did it and it's good.
Yes, it works for me. Right.
Good. Let's do it again. Thank you. Let's do it again. Let's say I'll just move this cells. Let's say I want to pay tax, and I'm writing the tax here Just a minute. All good, great. I'll write the tax here in K16, tax. And the tax, let's make it capital. And the tax is, let's say 10%. I'm writing 10 and the percent key. Or you can write 0.1, 10%. Let's format it. I want the text to be the background to be purple and the letters white, and I want borders. Okay, so I wrote tax here, and I want to calculate the amount of the tax I need to pay regarding the let's say the euro. Okay, so I need to multiply the euro with the 10% tax. So I'll create a new header, tax. If I want to format the tax like the totals in USD, I'm standing on the good formatted cell. I'll go to the Home tab, to the group called Clipboard. There is this icon, Format Painter. One click on the Format Painter, and then I'll click on the tax, and it will look exactly like the totals in euro. So, in order to calculate the tax, I need to multiply the euro with the 10% tax. And the 10% tax is outside my table.
Just
So,
sorry.
yeah.
Could you please do the format painter again?
Yes.
I didn't see.
I did just a minute. Okay. I wrote tax and it didn't color it. So I'm standing on the I'm standing on the formatted cell, the good cell that I want to copy the format from. I'm standing on it. One click on the format painter, one click on the
So
format.
sorry, I don't know what just happened. My computer just completely shut down, but I'm here.
Okay, good. So just a minute, I'm just finishing my sentence and
problem.
I'll be with you. So if I want to format the tax exactly like the total in euros, I stood on the total in euros, went to the home, to the group called Clipboard, one click on the format painter. Now my mouse is with the brush icon and one click on the tax. Did you do it?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you're
Thanks.
welcome. Okay, so I just want to calculate the tax. So I wrote the tax outside and I can use equals, go to the totals in euros, multiply it by the 10% tax. And because the 10% tax is outside my table, I'll press F4. I see the dollars around it, $K, $17, good, enter. And then I'm copying down, so that's 10% of 516. And now, who wants to ask a question or who wants to share their screen in order for me to see it and explain?
I'm happy to do it because I missed the whole tax part of it.
Okay, good. So I'll
and then just for the total in USD, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just my keyboard or whatever, but
it's mine as well. I do have
yeah,
the
you
same
can't
issue.
do the F4. So
Okay,
Yeah,
I
once
just
you're
manually.
gonna click on the F4, it's just muting me, and that's it.
Exactly.
Okay, so just a minute. Do you have a MacBook or just a
No,
regular
it's
computer? It's a regular.
what is this, Lenovo?
Lenovo. Oh, so Lenovo, I think Lenovo needs the function. You need to press function F4. But share your screen with me and I'll show you.
Okay. So let me just do that real quick. Okay. You see
Great.
the Excel, right? Not the other screen.
Yes, I
Okay.
can see the Excel.
So what I did was I just like manually entered the dollar signs here and here.
That's a great solution. That's a great solution. But let's delete it and try to do it again. Yes. So equal. Okay.
Okay, whatever.
If you
Equal.
want to delete, you need to highlight it, select the cells, and press
Oh, wait.
delete, not backspace. Not you are
Okay.
pressing backspace. Just
Right.
delete in the keyboard. Oh, that's great.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Equals.
Equals
Go to this cell,
D23.
multiply by the outsider. Now, uh, put your one finger on the function and one finger, just click on the F4.
So that's what I'm saying is that when you click on function and F4, it just mutes your microphone. So I'm doing
Okay. And if you just click on F4 without the function?
if I'm doing it like I'm using like a keyboard as well.
It's a
If I
big
just
keyboard. It's only F4. You need only F4.
Yeah, but when I click on F4, it doesn't do anything.
I
So I'm
see.
clicking it and nothing happens.
I see. Okay, so manually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There is
It's
no
okay.
solution.
No
I mean,
problem.
after you chose G21, you can press, go before the G dollar sign and before the $21 sign. Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so I do that and then just drag it down.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Very good. Now, please write in H next to the USD rate, write the word tax in H in column H. No,
Yeah.
not here. Yes, tax. And in here 10%. 10 and the symbol of percent. Yes,
Okay.
enter. Exactly. You use the format painter. Great.
Yep.
Here, just make borders.
Oh wait, I
Yes.
don't want that. I want 10%.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's calculate the tax. So write in stand on in F22, write tax. This is the header. Format it with a paintbrush. Great. And now again the formula. I want the 10% from the euro.
Okay, so I do D23.
Yes, exactly. Multiply by this, and because it's an outsider cell, you must
lock it.
Lock it, exactly.
Okay.
Enter
And enter.
and just copy it down. You can press double click. You don't have to drag it. Great.
Okay, awesome. That's it.
That's it. That's what we learned.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Nora. Nora, you said also that you didn't.
Yeah, I just added manually and that's it because I
okay.
have the same issue, same as Taylor, like just to do it manually. That's it.
Okay. So I'm sorry I don't have a solution for you. Just so
That's
do it
fine.
manually. Okay.
That's fine.
Great. So let's continue. I'm sharing my screen. And I'll go to the next worksheet, Simple Functions 2. I see the names here. I forgot to delete column G. Please delete column G. In column G, we have the names, and I don't want the names in column G. So just select the names in column G and delete them with the delete key in the keyboard. Okay. So what do we have here? Here we have sales in euro for my agents. Okay, I have Barry Scott and Jermaine Schrem and etc. And their sales in January, February, and March. And then I want to do many things here. I want to calculate the totals. I want in euro and in dollars, and then I want to give them a bonus. So before I'll do the calculations, I want to format my table. I want to put borders. I want to highlight the header, and I want to format the numbers. So first of all, I want to select the entire table. I'm standing on one of the cells. Do you remember which combination of keys will select the entire table?
Control A.
Control A, of course. Control A to select my table. I'll go to the Home tab and I want to make borders, to create borders. And now I want to highlight the entire header and make it with a different color so I can select the cells. Now, as you can see, I'm selecting the cells with my mouse, and that's a very long I mean, that's not very useful. I want to select a row quickly. So I can use the keys. I'm just writing it here. Control, Shift, and arrow, and an arrow to the sides that I need. So I'm standing in A4. And now two fingers on Control and Shift, and my right finger will choose the right arrow key, the arrow to the right, and the entire row is being selected. These are the keys to select a continuance values. Again, let's stand on the bonus. I want to select the entire row. It's not if I will stand on row number 4, it will highlight the entire row until the 16,000 column. I don't want it. I want to highlight only my headers. So I'm standing on one of the headers, a Control Shift, and in this case, I will use the left arrow key. Control Shift, left arrow key. This is how we select quickly cells without my mouse. And then when this is selected, I can continue the selection if I want the entire table with, again, Control Shift, down arrow. Sorry, it was too much. Control Shift, down arrow. Okay, again. I'm standing on A4, Control Shift, right arrow, and down. That's it. This is what I wanted. Instead of Control A, I can use Control Shift and arrows to the direction that I want. Just try to do it. Stand on A4, Control Shift, right arrow, and Control Shift, down arrow. I suppose you did it. So I just want the header. So Control Shift, right arrow. I want to make it the background, let's say dark green, and the font white. I'll make it. Okay, questions before I'm starting? Okay, so first of all, I want to calculate the totals in euro. So I have the total, the sales of the first person, the sales of him in January, February, and March, and these sales are in euro, and I want the total, so it's the sum function that we used before. I'm standing where I want the result to be. I'll open the sigma icon, the auto sum icon, and I choose sum. And the logarithm of the sum is looking for close values. So these are the closest values that he found. So this is a question. Do you want to sum these three cells, D5 until F5? Yes, that's exactly what I need. Do I need to press F4 somewhere here in this calculation?
No.
No, because nothing is outside my table. When I will copy it down, I want him to go down to row number 6, to row number 7. I want all of the cells to shift, to go down to the next rows. So no F4. So enter. Okay, this is the amount of Barry Scott, and I can, with double click, copy it down. Now I just want to format my numbers with a comma style, with a comma thousand separator. So I'm selecting my numbers, and I'll go to the Home tab, to the group called Number, and here I have an icon of a comma. This icon will create a thousand separator. One click on the comma, and I see the thousand separator all over my numbers. But also with the thousand separators, he added 2 decimal places. He create these numbers to an account. He changed the format to an accounting format. Now I don't want the decimal places. So right next to the comma style, I have these 0 icons. So the more to the right, there is decrease decimals. Each click will decrease 1 decimal. So I need 2 clicks. 1 click and another click. So I formatted my numbers with the comma thousand separator and decreased the decimal numbers. Okay. I guess you all did it. And now I want to go to calculate the totals in US dollars. Like before, I want to calculate the totals in US dollars. I want to convert this number to a dollar, but I don't have the dollar rate here. I can write it here, but I don't want to write it here. I already have the dollar rate in Simple Functions 1. If I'll go back to Simple Functions 1, the dollar rate is here. Here I changed its place to J, to column J, but it's here, dollar rate 1.6. So I will use this from Simple Functions 1 in my Simple Functions 2 worksheet. There is no problem to use cells from different sheets. When we will speak about VLOOKUP function and more lookup functions, we usually the lookup will be in a different worksheet. So it's not a problem to use a formula with cells from different sheets. So let's create it. I'm standing where I want the result to be. I want to multiply the 39,000 with the dollar rate. So equals, go to the total in euros, go to G5. This is inside my table, so I don't need to lock it. Multiply it. Okay, after I did the sign of the multiplication, I'm taking my mouse, I'll go to the simple functions one. I'll choose this cell. It's in my case J17. Now I need to lock it. So I will press F4 and Taylor, if you cannot press F4, you know what to do. Press dollar before the J and dollar sign before the 17. F4, and that's it. You don't, I must not go back to the previous worksheet. I'm finishing my function. Enter. The enter will bring me back to my start worksheet, and here I see the result. G5 from my worksheet multiply by J17 from simple function 1 sheet. Whenever you see words in a formula that have a exclamation mark next to it, this is the exclamation mark, you have to know that this is a name of a worksheet. Okay? Every time when he sees, if I'll go to a different worksheet, he will write it, the name of the worksheet that I chose, and exclamation mark. So this is the answer, 62,400. And now I can copy it down with double click, and everything is good. Everything is good because of the locking, because I locked J17 in the simple function 1 worksheet. Questions? Do you want me to do it again? No? Everything's fine? Okay. Okay. So now I want to calculate the bonus. The bonus is here. 10% bonus. Each person gets 10% bonus, let's say from the euros. Okay. So I'm standing where I want the result to be, equals, go to the total in euros and multiply it by the outsider cell. Now this outsider cell needs to be locked. So F4 and enter. Now I can copy it down. This is the bonus. This is the bonus they get for their sales in euros. Questions? Okay. So let's do another thing, different thing. All the things that I spoke about now in this, session is it's the same in Excel and in Google Sheets. Okay, exactly the same. But now I'm speaking about something that is different. Excel is different from Google Sheets with concatenating things. So let's see. Here I have in column B the agent first name. Barry, Aaron, Alexis, etc. And here in a different column, I have their last name. I want to concatenate it. I want one column with the full name. So let's create a new column in order for us to write the full name inside. So I want it after column C. So I'm standing in column D. On the letter D, right click, insert. So here I have a new column. I'll make it a little bit wider. And I'm writing a header, okay? Full name. . Now I want to create here, to concatenate here the full name. Now in Google Sheets, I need to do it with a function. And of course, in next session, we'll speak only about Google Sheets and we'll see how we do it in Google Sheets. But here in Excel, I can, of course, I can use a function, but I don't need a function. Excel understands patterns. Now I just need to show him the pattern that I want, and he will guess what I want to do next. So let's see it. Here I want the full name of Barry Scott. So I'm just writing Barry Scott. Barry Scott, Scott, yes, enter. I just wrote Barry Scott. This is not a formula. This is just plain value. After I wrote Barry Scott and pressed enter, I'll go to the data tab, just before, I cannot copy it down because this is not a formula, okay? If I will copy it down, he will write Barry Scott all over. That's not what I want, okay? I want here Jermaine Shrem and here Jill Thomas. So after I wrote Barry Scott and pressed enter, I'll go to the data tab, to the group called Data Tools. Okay, do you see this group, Data Tools? And here in this Data Tools, I have an icon with a flash inside, a lightning kind of icon. So I just have to click on this flash fill icon. Click on it, and he automatically creates the same pattern in the other, all over this column. So here he wrote here A. Levy and Sean Hunter and Lynn Osborne, etc., etc. Again, I'm deleting. I just need to show him what I want. So I just wrote Barry Scott, pressed enter, went to the data, one click on flash fill. And here I see the full name. Now it doesn't end here. I can do other things. Let's say I want the full name with the division. So only the first word of the division. Here it says everyday product, special product. I just want the everyday. Here with Jermaine, I need a special. So I wrote Barry Scott. I'll go back to my formula bar. I'll press, let's say, a dash, a hyphen, and I'm writing a product, everyday, because this is his division. Every day. Enter. That's it. Barry Scott every day. Now data, flash fill. So, and immediately he understands what I want. So Jermaine Shrem, she is working with the special products division. Jill Thomas in the holiday. Aaron in the everyday. And so on. Now, I didn't hear wow.
I don't understand how it knows.
It's wow.
Yes.
I did the explosive reaction.
Yes, that's right. I see it. Thank you. Yes, I will explain how he does it. How he figures it out. So first of all, when I want him to figure out what I need, like full name, it must be inside the table. If I will try to make the full name here in this column, it will not work because this column is separated from my table. So first of all, it must be inside the table. And then I stood here, I wrote Barry Scott. I wrote Barry Scott. So the flash fill in this logarithm of the flash fill, it's written, look at these words in the same row, figure out what things I took, from which cells I took, from which column in this row I took the data, and continue it. Okay, that's what he does. So I just wrote Barry Scott. So he sees that I took a value from B5 and C5. So he continue it. And also he can continue if I want to write Barry Scott only in capital letters. Let's say I'm writing Barry Scott all in capital. This will be the continuance also. So I'll go to data, flash fill. So all the names, he sees where I took it from, and he sees that I wrote it in capital. So all the names are in capital. He figures it out automatically, and that's excellent. Also, now I concatenated, but he can also separate. Let's go to simple function 3. Here
I have a
is
question that might
yes.
be like a little bit unrelated.
No,
But if
everything
I
is
want
related.
to like create like a new line within the same cell, how do you do it? Like if let's say I wanted to do, I don't know, Barry Scott and then underneath that his division instead of next to it. Is there a way to
Okay.
like
Yes, of course. Let's go just a minute down. If I'm writing here a Barry Scott, and I want now, you want in this row, the row is 22. You want in this row another line. Yes?
right,
Okay.
exactly.
So please press Alt Enter. But the Alt Enter is it's next to the space, but to the left side of the space, because there are two alts. There is
Okay.
Alt to the left and Alt to the right of the space. So left Alt and Enter. And now
Okay.
you can write whatever. Okay, the division. So now, because he didn't, I mean, everything is in row 22, but row 22 stayed short. So I will make it a little bit long. So here I see my writings.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
whenever you want to write um, text in two rows at the same row, press Alt Enter. Now he does it automatically if there is no if it's not wider enough for him. So let's say I wrote Barry Scott and I'm writing the division everyday products. Just a minute, I'll just clear the no, he already knows to go down, so I need to do it or to delete it. Just a minute. Okay, now I'll do it again. I'm writing Barry. I'll write everything in capital. Barry Scott. Special division. Okay, so if I wrote Barry Scott special division and everything is in row 22 and everything is in column D, so I'm in D22. If I want two rows, and I don't want to press Alt Enter, I can go to Home and use the wrap text option. Wrap text. So, and I'll make it a little bit taller, the 22. So he did it by himself. The wrapping creates another row in the same row. Okay, so whenever he sees there is no enough space for the word special, he make it in a different in another row in the same 22nd row. But let's say I want Scott also to be in the different row. So the wrap text will not help me here because for Scott there is a space. But if I really want Scott to go down also, I will stand before, I'll press double click. I'm standing before the Scott and press Alt Enter. Enter. So here I see 3 rows in the 22nd row. 3 lines in the row number 22nd, 22. Okay.
Awesome.
So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. So 2 options, or wrap text or Alt Enter. You're welcome. Questions? More questions? So I'll just say this before our break. Let's go to simple function 3 for 1 minute. Here in simple function 3, I see the names of my agents together. Barry Scott, Jermaine Schrem, Freda, Gregory, and I want to separate them. I want 1 column of first name, 1 column of last name. So I'm creating, let's say here, let's create two columns. So I'm selecting 2 columns, right click insert. Because I've selected 2 columns, he will create 2 empty columns. Here I want let's say the last name. And here I want the first name. Now last name is Scott, so I'm just writing Scott. And I'll go to and enter. I'll go to data, flash fill. So he took the second name, Gregory, Osborne, Hunter. And here I want the first name, Barry. And instead of doing flash fill, I can use the short key Control E. Control E, it's the short key for flash fill. If you don't want to go to that, to take your hand and with the mouse and go to data flash fill, you can use Control E shortcut. Questions?
This is incredible.
Yes, thank you. I forgot to give you a break. So do you want to take 5 minutes break?
Please.
Can we get 10?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can take 10. So I'm here. If anybody wants to ask question, I'm not moving. I have my coffee here with me. So 10 minutes, you can go and come back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll stop recording.
Thank you so much.
Thank
This
you.
is really incredible.
Thank you. Okay. And I just wanted to say 2 things. First of all, I'm back in simple functions 2. And because I've concatenated the full names, I don't need anymore the agent's first and last name. So I can this concatenating that I did, it's not a formula. So I can just delete the first and last name. So I don't need them. I want to delete them. If I want to delete 2 columns, I can select B and C, right click and press delete, but then he will delete also these words that first quarter information. So if I just want to delete these 2, I can select the entire table, okay, from the full name until the end, and just stand on the border, on the, let's say, left border, and move it to the right. Are you sure? He asked me. I say, okay. And here it is, the full name, January, February, March, and etc. Did you see how I did it? If I
Can you
want,
please do it again?
yes. If I want to move things, okay. Here I have the I want to delete these. I want to delete these two. Okay, so I can select the rest of the columns, of the table, stand on the border on the left side. Now I have my mouse is turned into 4 arrows, and now I can drag it to the right. See, I'm dragging it to the right, leaving my mouse. He says he's warning me there is already data here. Yes, I want to replace it. So in this way we can move things around. We don't have to copy and paste. Or cut and paste. We can move. Let's say I want the bonus to be here. No problems. I'm selecting. Go to the border, let's say to the right border. I have 4 big arrows and I can move it all around. I can put it here. I can also, although it has a formula inside, it's not a regular cell. It doesn't matter. The Excel understand not to touch the formula, not to change the formula. I can move it wherever I want.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Instead of like moving those cells to the left, we could just select like columns B and C and just delete those, right?
Yes.
Like it's the same effect.
Yes.
And it won't affect any formula.
No, it won't affect any formula. What
Okay.
it will affect is if I'll select B and C, column B has this data inside
Right.
first. So I'll need to move it, and
Okay.
then I can, delete it as I want.
Okay.
Okay, yes. But of course, you can delete the entire column and nothing will happen to the formulas.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now I want to use the conditional formatting rules. In every lesson, we will speak about conditional formatting because it's so important, the conditional formatting, because it helps us emphasize or make show things that we want to show, make it more bold. Okay, so let's say I want to um, to color the amount in euros, but only the numbers that are greater than 50,000. I don't want to color the 39,000 or the 21,000. I want to color 75,000, 62, because they are greater than 50,000. So it's a condition. I have to put a condition. So if I will not use a condition, let's say I want to color this 75,000. So I can stand here, go to the home. Don't do it. Just look and color it, let's say in yellow. But this is 75,000. It's greater than 50,000. Yes, but if I'll change, this is a formula, okay? This is the sum of these three. If I'll change, let's say January of John Lucas, let's say in January, so it didn't work, so 0. So immediately this number drops down to 40,000, but it is still yellow because I just color the cell. I didn't put any condition here. So that's not what I want. So I'll tell him undo. I want to color the cells with a condition. It's like an if condition, but without an if. So I will select the column. I'm selecting the column in which I want to color the values that are greater than 50,000. I'll go to the Home tab, to the conditional formatting command. And we have many options in the conditional formatting. I'll go to the highlight cells rules option. And here he asked me, you can highlight numbers that are greater than something. That's exactly what I want. You can highlight numbers that are less than something, between, equal to. You even can highlight a text. Okay. In this case, I want to highlight the numbers that are greater than 50,000. So highlight greater than. He opens a pane. He asked me greater than what? He writes here the median number. So I'm just deleting what he wrote and I'm writing 50,000. So immediately, even before I tell him okay, he making a red color on all the cells that are greater than 50,000. If I don't want the red color, I can open the light red option and let's choose yellow. Yellow fill with dark yellow text. Okay. And this is dynamic. What I mean is that if John Lucas, now he has colors because he is 75,000, but if he will not sell anything in January, let's say I'm deleting January, now it reduced to 40,000 and no colors because it's not greater than 50,000. And let's say Barry Scott. Barry Scott, he doesn't have colors because it's 39. But let's say in January, he sold in 16,000. Enter. Barry Scott reached 50,000, but it's not with colors because the command was greater than 50,000. So the 50,000 does not have colors inside. So maybe I should have chose, let's do it again. I'm selecting, go to conditional, highlight, greater than. There is no greater than or equal to here. I can do it twice, greater than, which I did, or equal to. So let's take the equal to 50,000. Oh, no red. I want yellow. Okay. So now I have two conditions here. If it's greater than 50,000 or if it's equal to 50,000. I can do it in one condition when if I would tell him greater than 49,999. So that will have the effect of greater than or equal to 50,000. Do you understand what I did? What I said?
Yep.
Because all these numbers are making my
Yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it again with the total in you. No, let's look at February. I want to color with red all the numbers that are smaller than 10,000. So I'm selecting, I'll go to conditional formatting, highlight cells rules, less than 10,000. I can also write instead of less than 10,000, less than yes, 10,000, that's good. I don't have to change it. Yes, with red color. That's exactly what I want. Okay. So all of the small numbers are with red color. And if something will change, let's say Barry Scott will not sell in February. I press 0 here. So also the 0 is with red because it's less than 10,000. I can write 10. I can write 9,099.9999. It's still red because it's smaller than 10,000. Questions? Okay, everything is fine.
I have a
And
quick question, sorry.
Sure.
You could do the same thing with like percentages as well. It doesn't have to be like a dollar
Yes,
amount.
of course.
So when I do the conditional formatting, I'll just enter like if someone scored, let's say, above 50%, like on a test, let's say.
Yes, exactly. Let's do let's create a formula with percentage. Okay. I see the total. Let's look at the total in USD. I see the totals in US dollars, and I want to know the percentage of each person regarding to the totals. I mean, I want to know how much in totals everybody sold, and then the percentage value of each person. So first of all, I need to sum it up. So I will stand not here, but here. Okay, always when we have a table and we want to sum, to make calculations under the table, we never stand here touching the table. We mustn't touch the table. So I will leave this. Next week I will explain why. So in row 18 I don't write anything. I'm standing in G19, and I want the totals of the US in totals in US dollars. So I'm standing here. I'll use, of course, the sum option. So I'll go to the auto sum. I'll press sum. I'll choose sum. He asked me, do you want to sum all of these? Yes. It doesn't matter that he took also this empty cell. It's okay with me. From G5 until G18, enter. This is the totals. This is the total of the US dollars. Now, when I have the totals, I can calculate how.
Sorry to interrupt. I got a different figure.
Yes, I know, because I changed some of the numbers. You remember I deleted Barry Scott and the.
Yeah, I did it along with you. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the January and February amounts might be different, Ado, because mine says 5,000 and 30,000.
John
Okay,
Lucas,
so it doesn't. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the numbers. If you want, I can do undo. I mean, I can cancel my.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
So this is the totals, and I want to calculate the percentage for each and every person. So I need to make a division. I need to divide their sales with the 100% that it's the totals. So I'll stand in column I. I'll write here a percentage value, and I'm starting the calculation. Equals, go to the totals of Barry Scott, the totals in US dollars of Barry Scott. Do I need to lock it, this total?
No.
Of course no, because I want to copy down. So I want now, I want to use G5 and then G6, G7, so no locking. Divide it. Division is the slash, okay? Divide it by the totals. The totals, as you can see, it's outside my table. When I will copy down, I don't want the total to go down. I want always for this formula to look at G19. So now the totals must be locked, F4. So G5 divide by G19. Divide with G19. Locked. Enter. That's it. Now he writes a number 0.06. I want to see it as a percentage. So I'm standing on the number, go to the home, to the group of number, and there is the icon. This icon of percentage will change my number into a percentage value. One click. That's it, 6%. He reduces the decimal places. If I want the decimal, at least one decimal place, I can tell him increase decimals. So I told him one click on the percentage and one click on increase decimals because I want at least one decimal place. Great, that's 6%, yes. So Barry Scott, his value is 6% of all the totals. So now I can copy down and I see the percentage of each and every person. And this is the highest. Cecil Austin, she has the highest value, 70,000. It's the biggest number. She made her value is 14% out of the totals. And now if I want to highlight numbers, to color, let's say I want the color, if I will copy, if I will select and go to conditional formatting, highlight cells rules, greater than, he asked me greater than what? 8.3%, because this is the middle. No, I want greater than 10%. So I can write 0.1, this is 10%, or I can write 10%. I don't want red, I want green. So all these above 10% are with colors. Green. Is this clear? Is this okay?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Perfect.
You're welcome. Okay. I just want to say another thing. If I want to know which number of these number is the biggest number, is the largest number, I can also use the conditional formatting without the max function. In the beginning of the lesson, I told you that the max function will show me the maximum value of numbers. So let's make the max function. Max. I want the maximum value, so I'm standing where I want the result to be. I'll open the AutoSum, choose max, show him the column, and enter. Okay, the max value here in the totals in USD is 112,000. Yes, this is the max value, but I want to color it. I want to color it with blue color, the maximum value.
I'm
So,
sorry.
yes.
I didn't see how you did the max.
Sure. I'm standing where I want the result to be. I'll go to the AutoSum, but I will open it. I'm opening the AutoSum option and I'm choosing max. Now the max is mistaking. He sees only the value above it, and that's not correct because I want him to look at the column of total in USD. So I'm taking my mouse and I'm showing him, I'm selecting these cells. Show me the maximum value from G5 until G17. Enter. So he tells me that the maximum is 112,000. Yes, he's correct, of course. But if we were in Google Sheets, I would need it in order to highlight, to make colors for the biggest value. But in Excel, we don't. I don't need the maximum value in order to color the maximum value in the column. Here I'm showing, I'm selecting the column. I'll go to the conditional formatting, and in Excel, I have before we use the highlight, but now we can use the top or bottom rules. Color or show me or highlight the top values or the bottom values, the core, or top or bottom. Now I need the one top item, the top first item. So I'll go to this option, top 10 items. This is the option, top 10 items. One click on it. So he colors with the red color all the 10 highest values. I don't need 10 highest values, only one. So I'm reducing in the pane that is open, I'm reducing it to 1. Here it is. Format cells that are the top one item. The top one is the highest value. Now I don't want it in red, so I can open it. I have yellow, green. I want blue, so I can go to custom format, fill, choose blue, and okay. Okay, here it is. And of course I can see that they are the same. But let's say who is closest? Let's say this one. Germaine, she sold in February not 50,000. Her revenue was not 50,000, but it was, let's say, 70,000. Enter. So immediately the total is changed and the maximum value is changed and the color is changed. I mean, it shifted from Cecil to Germaine because this is now the maximum value. I want to see the minimum value. Again, I'm selecting. Yes, I know we have to finish. I'm selecting. I'll go to conditional, top or bottom. Now I want the lowest value. So bottom 10 items. Also, I have percentage, but we'll speak about it in the third lesson. Top 10 items. Bottom 10 items. Only one, because I want only the lowest value. And I want it in, let's say, okay, red, it's okay. Okay, so this is the minimum value, belong to Ben Levy, and this is the maximum value, belong to Germaine. Without the minimum function, he knows, the Excel knows what is the minimum value with the conditional formatting, and he colors it the way I want it. Questions? No questions? Everything is fine?
Yes,
Everything's
at least for me.
wonderful.
Let's do another exercise, but now I want you to do the exercise. Let's go to simple function 3. Simple function 3. Here I have invoices that I gave to my customers, and I see the description, what they bought. Okay, but what's the important thing for me is the amount. Here I have the amount in euro they should pay, but most of them didn't pay at all, like these people, or paid something. First of all, I want to know the amount left to pay. They should pay these values. They actually paid these values. Now I want to calculate how much is left for me to for them to pay. So here we need the subtraction formula. Go to the amount in euro minus what they paid in euro. So can you please do it without me? I'm not doing it. You should do it. Make a calculation here that says go to the amount in euro minus the amount they paid. I'm waiting a few minutes. Okay, suppose you already did it, so I'll do it with you again. So I'm standing here, equals, go of course to the amount in euros minus, they should pay this, minus their actual amount and enter. This minus this, no F4 needed. Everything is in my table, so I just, with double click, I'm copying it down. Okay. So now I know that this one doesn't have to pay anything because he paid fully. I mean, he should pay to 2,500. He already paid. He doesn't owe me anything. But now I want, this is in euros, okay? Now I want to know how much in dollars. I want to multiply this with the dollar rate. The dollar rate is in simple functions 1. So please make this calculation. Take the amount left to pay, multiply it by the dollar rate. I'm waiting for you to do this. If anybody wants to share a screen, no problems. You can share your screen with me. Oh, great. How nice. So this is, yes, really nice. Yes, this is the formula. Go to the cell next to me, regular cell, multiply it by the I-17 from a different worksheet, and you locked it. Wow, I'm so happy. Great. And now I want us to go down. Don't stop sharing. Go down to the end of the table. So you can press Control down arrow. Control down arrow. Yes. No, not so much. Yes. This is the bottom of the table. Row 82 is the bottom of the table. I want to sum, to make the totals of column G, H, I, and J. So stand at G 40, 84. G 84. Go to the left. Go to the left. Oh, more. This one. Yes. I want you to sum this column, to make totals of this column. So first of all, we left a gap, and then, yes, go to the sum, exactly. And he asks you from G2 until G40, 83. Yes, of course, this is the column that we want to sum up. And now you can copy it to the right. You don't have to do it again. You just copy it to the right. Yes, exactly. Go to the right. Yofi. Now I want these numbers to be with the comma style. I want this to separate the 1,000. Yes, without decimal places. Great, exactly. So now I know that I have to ask the people to pay me $59,000. This is the amount left to pay in dollars. Any questions? No questions? Okay, so let's do another thing.
I have something.
Yes.
Sorry, maybe I'm like jumping the gun a bit, but I tried to, like in the amount left to pay,
Mhm.
column, I tried to do the conditional formatting to like highlight who has 0 left to pay so I can like
Great.
get them out. But
Yes.
I don't know why it's not working.
You want to share your screen or
Sure.
great.
So I actually like hid some of the rows so I could like just see everything better.
Okay.
But if I'm in this column,
You have to
if I'm
select.
selecting all of
Yes.
them,
Yes.
conditional formatting
Mhm.
equal to,
Mhm.
and then I'm putting here 0.
Yes. Just 0 without nothing. No
I tried
dollar
both.
sign, nothing.
And let's say I want to like do it in, I don't know, purple.
Mhm.
I'm clicking OK
Mhm.
and nothing happens.
Yes, nothing happened. You're right.
Do you think it's
Uh,
because I like hid some cells or it's not?
maybe. Can you open your?
Yeah,
You can. No,
unhide.
you have to select. You have to select 13 and 83, both of the rows.
Okay,
Yes, exactly. Right click and hide.
okay. Now let's say I want to
Um,
drag this all the way down.
can you stand on? Yes, it's okay. Again, can you? Yes, copy down.
Okay.
You can select the entire I column.
Mhm.
Yes. Go to conditional formatting, highlight equals to, just write 0.
Okay.
Yes,
There we
exactly.
go. So you don't need the dollar sign.
Yes, the
That's
dollar
nice.
sign, it's the sign of fixing. And
Okay.
that's why he didn't do it. But you just have to write the number and he will do it.
Okay, got you. So that was the
Yes.
issue. I just needed to do it without the dollar sign.
Yes, exactly. The dollar
Okay.
sign, it has, it's the locking sign. So
Mhm.
whenever a conditional formatting sees a dollar, he locks. He is looking for a locked 0. That's why
Okay.
he didn't find it. So we need just to write numbers. Okay,
All
and
right, I
now,
got
no,
you.
no, don't leave your sharing. I want to use the conditional formatting in order to emphasize the people who bought phones from me. So in
Okay.
column F, I have the description of the thing that they bought. I want to color the word phone all over this column. So highlight, of course. And here I have or equal to or text that contains. If I choose text that contains and I'm writing phone, immediately he makes the colors over the phone. So the conditional formatting doesn't use, we can use the conditional formatting not only on numbers, but also on text.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yes, great. Questions?
So if you do if you say contains the word phone, it'll give you also cell phone, etc. and stuff like
Yes,
this. And if you say equal to phone, okay, cool.
exactly. Great. Yofi, we need to finish now. So, do you have any more questions? Do you want me to repeat topics that I spoke about? We spoke about simple functions today, sum, average, max. We spoke about locking cell in a formula. We spoke about a little bit conditional formatting, concatenating things in Excel. No questions about anything, something? Okay. So next week we'll speak about Google Sheets. We'll do everything that we did very fast in Google Sheets. And we'll continue. We'll speak about if functions more to the deep. And perhaps we'll start the pivot table option. So thank you so much. And I really enjoyed that you participate and share your screen. It was very nice. and we'll see you all next week. If you have questions during the week, you know my email, or you can ask Nitzan to give you my email, and you can send questions, and I can reply or tell you. I'll speak about it in the lesson. So
Thank you
Thank
okay,
very
you
much,
so
Thank
much,
Judith.
you.
Judith.
Thank you.
Was
you're welcome.
amazing. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day too. Bye.
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 I have to stop the sharing.